Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here at the Yas Marina circuit through 21 corners and a lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass, with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and turn 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and I hope plenty of drama to be found in the laps ahead. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And talented Spaniard Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Vettel, Yuki Tsunoda and Ilott, Raikkonen, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Lance Stroll, Gardner, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
This is the final race of the season. Go out there and enjoy it.
Thanks, Jeff. Pretty crap qualifying, to be honest. Didn't really get anything hooked up. Gonna go with the stock strategy. We can see the Aston Martin just to the front left there. Gonna be fighting them. Try and get up again like we did in Australia with Callum, and see if we can outscore them and beat them. And as for the front, Max is up top. 2 Mercedes behind. They're going to be fighting each other as well. Sainz is in the mix as well. Did amazingly well to get on the front row, so it's all to play for. It's going to be an exciting one. Let's do it. It's a pretty decent start. Dive bomb up the inside, but oh, that's a Haas who's also dive bombed. We clip the bollard, and we are now 2 places behind our teammate. Dive bomb the AlphaTauri here. Now we're behind Callum. So this is what we wanted. How much Raikkonen is catching us on the straight. Our engine unit is severely down on power, and that AlphaTauri has just gone right across. Tsunoda has gone right across the chicane there. I don't know if we're going to be able to fight these guys off. We've got such a poorly engine.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE.
That McLaren looks like it's got a problem as well.
Lots of power.
So Max Verstappen gets away well. Carlos Sainz tucks in behind. Lewis Hamilton in third. Going to try and look to get around that Ferrari if he wants to try and challenge Verstappen. He's got to beat him today if he wants to win this title. Bottas in fourth as well. He needs to overtake Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen if he wants to win the title. So it's all to play for today. Max Verstappen leading on the first lap. He has the Ferrari there as an insurance policy as well. We'll see how this is going to pan out. Callum locks the wheel there. Looks like he's struggling on those tyres a little bit. Just about keep pace with Callum at the moment. DRS is helping with that. Lando Norris in 10th position. Oh, he's just lost it. He has lost it mid-corner there, spun it. He's about to come on the track. Oh, the two JDMs go through.
Go. You'll be racing on the exit. Go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. You've moved up to P12. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Caution, caution. Okay, gap ahead is 6.6 seconds.
Perez is out. Here's Sergio Perez in 5th position trying to chase down Valtteri Bottas. Oh, was that a bit of smoke? It looked like a bit of tyre smoke or something. And yeah, Perez is pulling off to the side of the track. He's out of the Grand Prix. So that promotes us a place. Max's rear gun is also out. So Vettel ahead, 7 seconds. I don't think we're going to be able to beat Aston Martin unless they have a DNF of some sorts. Valtteri Bottas on lap 11 trying to clear this Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. I don't think he can get it done into this corner, but he needs to get on with it if he wants to have a chance at winning this championship. Uses the DRS, can't quite get the job done that time. Max Verstappen still leading in front of Lewis Hamilton. It's all looking pretty comfortable at the moment, but anything could happen in the next couple of laps.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So Lewis Hamilton, lap 13, chasing down Max Verstappen. He's the only person really now that can stop Max Verstappen from winning this title. Valtteri Bottas stuck behind the Ferrari. Verstappen still leads, he's still got that cushion. Lewis does not have DRS, cannot close at the moment. Bottas with the DRS, is he going to be able to make a move on Sainz? No. Sainz just holding position. Bottas again. Is he going to try and make a move here? So close, but no. Max Verstappen is coming around the last couple of corners. He's still leading from Lewis Hamilton. He's been imperious today. And he's going to cross the line to win his 8th race of the season and win the Drivers' Championship, his first championship. And Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the World Championship. Mercedes, Constructors champions. They couldn't beat Red Bull on the day. Congratulations to Max Verstappen, he hasn't put a foot wrong today. Outside the points, that's a shame.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
11th and 12th though, formation finish for the end of the season. Callum's done really well this weekend, pleased with that. Not bad from 19th either.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close.
Max closes
and
it
the new
out.
World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. They've done it then. Victory in the last race of the
World
season
Championship.
and the championship as well. What a phenomenal end to a terrific Formula One season. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Gardner. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright, results are in. Max Verstappen wins the 2021 World Championship and takes his first World Championship. Lewis Hamilton second, couldn't stop him. Gave him a good run for his money after a very much improved second half of the season. Max was just too good though. He had a bit of a waver in the second half of the season. Bottas had a resurgence, but ultimately he got the job done. And Carlos Sainz actually getting a podium for Ferrari, so a very successful season for him. Bottas, ultimately disappointment. That Australia DNF really killed his title chances. It was still kind of in his hands, but oh, what a position he was in. And then he just lost 25 points to Max Verstappen. Heartbreaking. Charles Leclerc, very much the Ferrari number 2 this season. 5th place. Double points finish for them with a podium. Pretty damn good for the end of the season. Gasly starting 11th, ended up coming 6th. Great result for him. Ocon actually outperforms Alonso. They come 7th and 8th, so a strong final weekend for Alpine as well. McLaren, disappointing one, but Ricciardo does manage to pick up a couple of points, and Vettel with the final point for Aston Martin, just to rub salt in the wounds of JDM as well, who come home 11th and 12th, who we were quite off the pace. Callum actually beating our best lap by a 1/10 of a second. In front of the Alphas, we didn't really have much pace. Lando Norris, quickest lap of the race, but can't take the extra point because he didn't finish in the top 10. That might be the first time we've seen that this season. Latifi, 18th, the Haas's at the back, Tsunoda, 21st, and Sergio Perez also with a DNF to compound Red Bull's constructors' miseries this weekend, with seeing Mercedes win the constructors' title. So that's it confirmed then. Max Verstappen, the world champion, 393 points, finishes 15 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton in second, and Valtteri Bottas 22 points back. Perez couldn't maintain the title challenge in the end. The McLarens and the Ferraris following up. Sainz clearly outscoring Leclerc. That win in Baku definitely helped. Gasly has been phenomenally consistent this season, fully deserves his top 10 place, and Alonso has actually been really good as well in the second half of the year, and to come 11th with 40 points, that's more than I ever thought we would at the start of the season. So amazing result for us to get that high up. It was disappointing that Callum couldn't score, especially after looking like he was going to in Australia, but we did manage to pick up the point in his stead that time round. Mercedes win the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull follow up in second, McLaren managed to just eke it out over Ferrari to get that third place, AlphaTauri solid in fifth, Alpine with a consistent second half to the year, with Alonso scoring a lot of points, they come sixth. Aston Martin do manage to come 7th, and we finish 8 points back in 8th. Alfa Romeo and Williams scoring a clutch of points each, and Haas never got off the mark. Do the highlights. Let's view the highlights then. So Sainz on the front row, he got a fairly decent getaway, kept his second place. Ooh, bit of argy-bargy in there, yeah. Looked worse from the helicopter view. And the Alpha, we got all out of shape in those first couple of corners. The Alfa Romeo looking like he was going to take a dive. This was a couple of dive bomb moves we did. First one on the AlphaTauri. And then chasing down our teammate. I felt like I spent most of the race defending from Yuki Tsunoda. This was the story of my race really, going bouncing across the curb there. We did spend a little bit of time behind Callum as well. He's showing good pace on the longer runs. And certainly on that soft tyre we could sort of keep up with him, but we couldn't really get in a good position to make a move on him. Eventually we did. And then bounce it across the curbs. Taking the bollard out for good measure. And then this was what, like I said, this is what I spent most of my race doing. Nip and tuck with Yuki Tsunoda on the brakes. Good acceleration mid-corner, got back in front. And then he actually span, and we bring it home in front of our teammate. So, all in all, it was a great season for us, some real positives, and I think we'll pull up the results screen as well to go through some of the highlights of the different people's season and wins and all that kind of stuff. We'll go back there and do that now. Okay, so this is how season 1 looks, how it's wrapped. So Max Verstappen takes 8 victories, Lewis Hamilton with 4, and Valtteri Bottas with 6. Carlos Sainz, I think the only other person to have won a Grand Prix, and that was due to the absolute chaos at Azerbaijan. So Lewis with only a couple of wins right towards the end of the season, but he took a lot of second places and was very consistent. Whereas I think Max had a couple of finishes outside of the points. Bottas had a couple of finishes outside of the points, where Lewis only really had one, which was in Azerbaijan. The rest of the time, he was pretty much either on the podium or top 5, 6. Yeah, the 1/7 there in Brazil, that wasn't a great day for him, but yeah, his consistency was what kept him in the title fight towards the end there. Perez, mid-season, was looking really strong, and then after France, just kind of dipped. Did have a couple of podiums later on in the year, but couldn't maintain with the top 3. And like I say, I think Bottas really, that DNF killed him in Australia. That really did halt his momentum, because he was looking like the man before that. And our in terms of fastest laps, really the top 4 took most of them. Lando Norris getting 1 or 2. I mean, he didn't get the extra point for the one at the end there because he didn't get in the top 10. Leclerc took 1 in Holland. And we took 2. We took 1 in Singapore on that strategy on the switching onto the soft tyres, and also at Mexico. So we had really quick. I didn't think we were going to go so well in those 2 races, but we really did. We managed to nick a couple of extra points out of that. Early season form wasn't great from us. Obviously, Baku and Canada were good for us, and Austria. And then yes, that sort of like from Holland. That Holland was like the outlier positive result really out of the sort of middle 6 Grand Prix there. And then starting from Singapore, we really went on a good run, getting a whole bunch of point finishes. So the car really improved in the second half of the year. And I think I'd like to say that you can kind of see that in Callum's results as well. Like he was starting to finish more like 12th, 14th, 15th, 14th. And then the last 4 races weren't so good, but he did finish with a 12th to end the season. So I think that was his best result, or equaled his best result from Monaco. So Singapore, Monaco, and Abu Dhabi were his best results of 12th. So he couldn't quite do enough to get a point, but in summary, a good positive first season for us with a tricky car. And it was quite interesting to see how the title fight panned out as well, because it looked like a couple of times a few people were going to run away with it at different stages, and then they were all bottling it. But Max brought it home in the end with a strong end to the season. This has been really fun. It kind of the car felt a bit different from F1 2020 this time around, but it took a bit of getting used to, but I was enjoying it towards the end. Really able to throw it around And yeah, F1 2021 has been fun. But it's a shame we couldn't take this team on and try and get some victories. And I think this one would have been definitely more of a slow burn than the F1 2020 series. But I'm looking forward to F1 22 with the new cars and the new generation of cars. It will be very exciting to see what we can do or how much we can suck on that game. So stay tuned. Those videos will be coming probably next week, once I've had a chance to kind of bed in with the game and get some footage done, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for being on this journey and watching all of JDM through F1 2021 my team. It's been really fun. I've tried to mix it up and add a few more like television presentation stuff in the editing and the footage. So if you like that, let me know and I'll try and incorporate more of that. Just trying to do little tweaks and see what works and what doesn't. And obviously feedback from you guys is helpful as well. So yeah, continue to let me know, continue to drop notes in the comments. I read them all. I really appreciate you doing that. Like the video today if you did like the video. Subscribe for more F1 2022 action. 22, I keep saying that. F1 22 action, which will be coming up very shortly. And potentially more WWE as well. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll keep bringing you more videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time, guys.